Hello children, I am Shalini Kulshrestha. Welcome to the online session for 7th standard science. Children, you might have heard an old song, मेरे देश की धरती सोना उबले उबले हीरे मोती मेरे देश की धरती. Here, dharti is earth and upper layer of the earth is called soil. Soil is one of the most important natural resources. It is essential for our life. So let's begin with chapter 9, Soil. My dear students, have you ever smelled earthy fragrance of soil after the first rain? It is so refreshing. Soil is essential for our life. It comprises of minerals and gravel, microbes, insects, decaying organic matter, nutrients, water and air. It is an inseparable part of our life. Students, today we will focus on the following points. What is soil? Importance of soil, layers present in the soil, then how soil is formed. Then we will discuss about the soil profile and soil pollution. So, children, we will discuss first what is soil. The mixture of rock particles and humus is called the soil. You might think, what is humus? The rotting dead matter in the soil is called humus. Soil is the uppermost layer of the earth's crust in which plants grow. It is essential for the existence of life on the earth. Students, now we will understand the importance of soil. Soil allows the growth of plants by holding the roots firmly. It supplies water and nutrients that are required in the growth of plants. Another importance of soil, it is home for many organisms such as earthworm, ants, termites, bacteria, fungus, etc. Do you know, children? Earthworms are known as farmers' friend. This is because they help in loosening the soil, which in turn offers many benefits, such as better drainage, increased nutrients in soil, which help improve the field's productivity. Soil is essential for agriculture. It is used for growing food like grains, pulses, fruits, and vegetables. It also helps us to obtain wood from trees for building furniture and burning as fuel. बच्चों, soil is also used to make bricks for building our houses. Soil is used to make earthenware or pottery. Students, matkas kept in your kitchen are made up of soil. Cups, plates, and statues are also made up of soil. Students, now do one activity. Collect some soil samples from different places like garden, roadside, construction site, and riverside. Observe them carefully. You can use a hand lens, examine each sample carefully, and fill the table. So, students, in the table we will make 4 columns. First column for soil source, second for plants, third for animals, and fourth for other observation. In first column, we will take soil from garden. In garden soil, grasses and roots will be written in plants column. Ants, earthworm, termites, beetles we will write in column of animals, and concrete we will write as other observation. Second sample, which is collected from roadside, dry roots we will write in column of plants, ants and termites we will write in column of animals, concrete, plastic objects, glass particles we will note down in other observation. Children, soil sample which is collected from a construction site, we will not get any plant. Ants we will write in column of animals, gravels, plastic articles, polythene bags, sand we will note down in other observation. Fourth soil sample which we have collected from a riverside, we will get grasses, haze and humus, and we will note down it in column of plants. Millipedes, centipedes, lichens we will write in column of animals. Glass, plastic articles, concrete, polythene bags we will note down in other observation. Therefore, we see that different soils from different sites have various plants, animals and waste materials in them. Children, now we will perform another activity. Take a little soil, break the lumps with your hand to powder it. Now take a glass tumbler, 3/4 filled with water, and then add a handful of soil to it. Stir it well with a stick to dissolve the soil. Now let it stand undisturbed for some time. After some time, we observe layers of particles of different sizes in glass tumbler. There are some dead, rotting leaves or animal remains floating on water. As you know, the rotting dead matter in the soil is called humus. Now, see in the diagram, since gravels are big in size and heavier than sand and clay, they settle down at the bottom. Above the gravels, layer of sand can be seen. We can observe clay has settled above the layer of sand. Water can be seen above the layer of clay, and the uppermost floating layer is of humus. Dear students, now we will learn about soil formation. Soil is formed by rocks by the process of weathering. In weathering, rocks are broken down very slowly by the action of sun's heat, wind, rain, flowing river water, etc. to form tiny rock particles. This process takes time, maybe 100 years, and then the fine soil is formed. In the first stage of soil formation, the soil is generally non-porous in nature. Then it slowly turns into soil having air and water in the pores. Grand Canyon in Arizona is a very good example of soil formation. So, students, now we will understand what is soil profile. A vertical section through different layers of the soil is called the soil profile. Each layer differs in feel, means texture, color, depth and chemical composition. These layers are referred to as horizons. We usually see the top surface of the soil, not the layers below it. If we look at the sides of a recently dug ditch, we can see the inner layers of the soil. Such a view enables us to observe the soil profile at that place. Soil profile can also be seen while digging a well or laying the foundation of a building. It can also be seen at the sides of a road, on a hill, or at a steep river bank. Children, now see the diagram. Horizon A. This layer is also called the topsoil. It is visible to us. It contains large amounts of humus and minerals which make it dark in color. The soil is rich in nutrients because of the presence of humus. The topsoil has a soft texture and can retain water easily. That is why plant roots grow in the topsoil region. The topsoil is a home to many living organisms as well, like insects, worms, beetles, rodent and moles. Now second layer, horizon B, or the middle layer. It is the next layer of the soil which does not contain much humus. The minerals are found in large quantities in this layer. This layer has a hard texture, light color and is more compact than the topsoil. Horizon C, or third layer. The third layer of the soil consists of small rocks with cracks in them. These rocks are partly weathered. Bedrock. The last layer of the soil is called the bedrock. It contains large pieces of rocks that are not weathered or exposed to any winds or water. Bedrock cannot be dug with the help of a spade. It is very hard in texture. Now children, we will learn what is soil pollution and its causes. Soil pollution is defined as the presence of toxic chemicals and substances in high concentration. The causes of soil pollution are dumping non-biodegradable substances such as plastic bags and polythene causes soil pollution. A non-biodegradable substance is not capable of being decomposed by bacteria or other living organisms and thereby causes pollution. Waste products from industries which contain chemicals can affect the soil adversely. Excess use of fertilizers and pesticides pollute the soil and decrease its fertility. So students, how can we prevent soil pollution? Before dumping anything waste into the soil, it must be treated properly. Pesticides and fertilizers should be used in minimum quantity. Lastly, materials like plastic should be banned as we pollute the soil and affect the living organisms as well. Students, how can we help reduce the soil pollution and contribute to the environment? So, students, instead of plastic bag, we should carry cloth bag or paper bag to the market and we can reduce the use of plastic. Children, now I want to share some amazing facts with you. It takes 500 years to produce just under an inch of topsoil. This is the most productive layer of soil. Do you know? It greatly reduces flood risk by storing up to 9,200 tons of water per acre. In total, that is about 0.01% of the Earth's total water. Children, do you know approximately 10% of world's carbon dioxide emissions are stored in soil? Do you know worms enrich topsoil by feeding on organic material in the soil and converting it into nutrients for plants? As they move through the soil, it becomes more absorbent and better aerated too. So children, today we have discussed about soil, what is soil, formation of soil, layers of soil, soil profile and soil pollution. So we will meet again in next session. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Bye.